By the Love of the Game
pod are their opinions and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of SUVtv, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Wow. So you guys should have been here like 5 minutes ago to be a part of that conversation.
I'm selling my Valentine's. Drake was playing in the car.
You had Drake playing for Valentine's Day in the car?
Move for me with the extra. Yeah.
Hey, let's get so,
Wow.
Valentine's Day playlist. Are y'all doing playlists for Valentine's Day? What I need to understand what type of time.
I didn't make it to that.
You didn't make it to that time?
I was too busy at the movies and stuff.
Hey, come on, Hub. Don't act like you ain't never made a mixtape before.
Speaking of the movies.
You've never
Not since I've been like...
On cassette. You have one still.
Yes, that's, you know how long ago that was?
Hey, Huff got
It's
the one.
much easier now. All I gotta do
with
is
the
just
tissue
drag and
paper.
drop.
With the tissue paper on the inside, Bryce, you ain't never had to do that. You ain't never had to put tissue
Talking
paper.
about with the cassette tape, you gotta spin it out?
Yeah, with
Back
the
then,
pencil, you gotta spin it
Yeah,
out.
he don't know nothing about that. He don't know how about blowing in the
You ain't never had to
Nintendo
put-
cartridges. He don't know about that.
I know about
Bryce-
Nintendo cards, you got blow on it, but my stuff started with like CDs.
Have you had to record a Keith Sweat song off the radio?
And hope,
Never
and
had
hope
to
the
do
DJ don't come in before then.
I did that a few times, but not really.
You ain't lived. You haven't lived until you had to record Keith Sweat for a girl off the radio.
I'm cool with the CDs, and then.
So what's your?
Speaking of movie theater, why is a movie so much money? Like that is a
Fam?
Better
It
go
can
on
turn
Tuesdays.
into a
Better go on
80
Tuesdays. Get your
I
AMC
couldn't
Stubbs
go on
card.
Tuesdays
I
on
know, but I'm
Valentine's
just
Day
saying,
weekend.
you know.
That could turn into an $80 like date.
Which one did you go to? Did you go to Center Bistro?
I was not in town.
Oh.
Hey,
We're not gonna discuss that.
You got flown out?
you got blown out for Valentine's Day, Bryce?
I got flued out.
How does that work?
What you mean, how's it
Do
work?
I feel bad about my? I've never been flown out. How does?
I
Walk me through
ain't
it.
been flown
Explain.
out even. I ain't
Elaborate.
been- yeah.
How does it work?
What you mean?
Who
Shorty-
initiates the fly out when you're a dude?
The shorty.
Really?
So you know what time you leave and they give you all the itinerary?
Do you just show up at the airport with your ID? What
I still had to
happens?
do some work. I had to do some work.
You got summons? To, what?
It's like,
I need to know how this works.
y'all
I've never been flown out.
Yeah,
We don't understand. We don't understand this.
Go on Instagram, slide in the DMs, you can see.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay, so do they do the sliding or you do the sliding?
It's a little bit of both.
So what needs to be understood is you're not showing up unless the fly out
Unless-
happens.
No. There's rules to it, but I can't like talk about that.
You can't give me the. I'm trying to get the game on it. Okay, so
But I wasn't here. I'll put it like that.
your Valentine's Day went well.
Yeah.
Okay. Hope you survived. Straight.
Basketball, baby.
Basketball season. You
Love
don't
it.
even-
Love of the game.
There are no holidays until basketball season is over. Okay,
I
I
don't know
understand.
about that. I'll be having a break.
So, how?
So after work, I was on the plane.
Let me ask this: What?
Flued out.
What? I'm assuming. Wait. So when you're a dude and you get flown out, do you bring gifts when you arrive?
Nah, I ain't bring no gifts. I was the gift.
Oh.
No, I wasn't gonna go there.
But
I,
I
was
mean,
kind of
but-
gonna go
but-
there, but I wasn't gonna go there. I
But
get
what
it.
I will say is
No, I
when
get
I
it.
was there, I took care of business. You know what I'm saying? Like we went somewhere. Like
You took care of it.
yeah.
You're a good man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's the problem.
So I'm assuming like after the fly out, there's like dinner, movies. You said movies.
Movies, brunch, type of thing. Yeah.
I got you.
Depending on how you want to spit it.
Okay. That's what's up, man. I gotta. Hey, Bryce, I gotta talk to you, man, and figure out how people are living nowadays. You're a mover and shaker, dog.
I'm a mover and shaker?
Yeah, man. You be out here.
I just like to go places.
You be out here, Bryce. Like
I just don't like to stay in the same place.
people know Bryce.
People know me.
Yeah. You out here.
Saying you hot in these streets, fella.
Bryce is
That's not good. I don't want nobody running from me. You know?
Hey, Sylvester saying if you ain't never created a black tape from the Quiet Storm, he's too young to hang with my
The
crew.
quiet
Hey, dog,
storm is
Bryce-
soft and warm.
Bryce admitted it.
I remember the
that
Quiet
he's-
Storm, but I didn't record any of that stuff. I think the first.
So he showed
I think
up-
the first like CD like that I probably bought was like New Edition.
Which new edition?
That's not a bad purchase.
That was
Any
probably
new
like one of my
edition, I give
first
it
CDs I ever bought. Probably.
I give
But
it
that
credit.
was a CD.
That's not a
It
bad
still
purchase.
wasn't like.
Yeah, that's not a bad purchase.
Yeah, before my time, a little bit.
So Valentine's Day, I explained to you guys pre-show how trash I am for Valentine's Day. All I'm gonna say, fellas out here, if you're struggling through Valentine's Day, just remain consistent. Just
So it's like when you say, if I know it's a bad official, at least they consistently bad.
at least be consistently bad, because look, then you can adjust, right? If you call, what do coaches always say? They hate. Don't call the game one way in the first half, and then call it different in the second half.
So the whole change up that you was trash.
No, just if you're gonna be trash on Valentine's Day, be trash through the rest of the year, bro.
You're not trash on her birthday, are you?
It's kind of hard to blow Valentine's
I'm consistent.
Day. Like,
I'm consistently good at what I'm good at,
it's kind of hard to mess
and I'm
up.
consistently bad at
He
what
What are
I'm
you
bad
good
at.
at? What are you good at?
Stuff.
Buying
Like
flowers?
stuff like.
Buying flowers?
I took the dog to the vet.
That's not Valentine's Day.
My dog is sick. I took
That's
the
not
dog to the
Valentine's Day,
vet.
my guy.
That's not.
That ain't gonna get it done for you.
Hey man, you walk in my house, the lights are on.
So you want her to give you praise?
They work every time.
You want her to give you
Hey,
praise for what you supposed to
Hey,
do?
man.
Okie dokie. Fair enough.
What you mean?
You said my life.
Oh, wait a minute.
Your lights
I'm
go.
supposed to do?
Your lights gonna be on if you live in there.
There's a lot of people that live in my house.
Man, get to these intros, man. We get in trouble.
man.
Or you get in trouble.
So you ain't buy no flowers for anybody? No candy? No
This year,
chocolate?
no. This year, no. Normally, actually, let's
Let me
stop.
guess.
I ain't gonna stop front.
Let me
Normally,
guess.
I do.
All
though.
this life for you too.
Normally, I do. Normally, I do. It's just not a holiday. So look, I don't.
You don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
No, I don't. And
That's
even
what you
though
should've started
normally
with.
I buy gifts, it's not a holiday that I really celebrate.
I
don't
can
think-
roll with that.
And I don't think men really get gifts on Valentine's Day. So
It was
I
a
don't
leap year
think
this
any
year.
of us
He
really
got
separate.
flew out 'cause
except
it was
for
a leap
Bryce,
year.
'cause Bryce
It was a
getting
leap
flown
year. That's
out.
why he got flown out. He got.
Bryce getting flown out. So obviously Bryce celebrates Valentine's Day because he getting stuff. To my left. Former state champion, future state champion.
You gonna get another one? Another one.
Another
Check
one.
out.
Hey, keep that intro going, man.
You don't want to talk about it.
I don't.
Okay. 805 Prize on. Now let me rewind. My brother from Ben Hill, Ben Real. Let's get it right. I still haven't figured out how I'm gonna get your Maze intro into the thing yet.
Right.
I'm trying. So I Googled Maze High fight song.
Why?
You don't want to know what happened.
Yeah.
You don't want to know what happened, but I just know I Googled that. 805 Pride. The head coach, the Holy Innocents Episcopal School, Golden Bears. I almost messed it up.
But
We're
you
about
did.
20 episodes in and I caught it. You know what I'm saying? Almost traveled. I didn't. Huff, what it do, man?
It's good, man. Glad to be back. You know.
Yeah, couple weeks off.
Interesting. It feels like we've been gone a long time.
A month, like it feels like, yeah, we've been gone a month. Is what
There's
it feels
so
like.
much to
It's been
talk
2
about.
weeks. Yeah, it is.
2 weeks is a long time.
We're gonna get into everything today, though. We're gonna talk about the Elite Eight. We're gonna
We're
talk
gonna
about
talk
all
about
the
your tweet.
brackets.
Are we gonna talk about your tweet about not passing the ball?
You can talk about all my tweets. Mark Edwards has some interesting things
Your
to say.
tweet like went viral.
It
That was
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
like 500 likes or something.
Twitter had a few things
Did you
going
get,
out.
you get
on
the check
Twitter.
mark now?
Do I get a check mark? I'm just happy I survived Valentine's Day. Let's get to the check mark later. Anyway, to my right,
Call me Mr. Valentine's Day from here on out.
Mr. Flued Out himself.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Mr. Flued Out himself. I gotta come out with like you need a nickname now. You need like a moniker. You getting flued out for Valentine's Day. I feel like women
Spring
across
break
America
next.
now they gotta step their game up. This is our expectation now. We're living our life.
It's
Bryce.
2020,
Y'all gotta
man.
fly us out.
It's 2020.
You want gifts, you gotta fly us out. Bryce got flown out and showed up empty-handed. Why can't that be the rest of our lives? Why can't we all live that way?
Hold on. What did you say? I left what empty-handed? I didn't.
No, you came. You went empty.
You showed up empty-handed.
Yeah.
You got flown out. You got showed
But I mean,
up
I still
empty-handed.
handle. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
but I'm just saying. All right. Creekside assistant coach. Yeah. One of the hottest coaches, 17U coaches on the independent circuit this past summer.
They making it hard for me, man.
$1 million worth of scholarships touched his hands.
These folks making my job harder and harder every year.
every year, man.
Don't call me in April.
Mr. Don't DM me.
Yeah, you DM me, I might see it like 3 days later.
There we go.
You know, it's a primary and a general. Now I got to make sure I check the other.
How do you determine who goes where?
I don't know.
Because they all pop in. We'll talk about it later.
I don't know.
You got a lot going on,
Yeah,
B.
There's a lot of messages going on.
It's a lot of sliding in your DMs, ain't it?
What
Your DMs are a slippery slope. Is what it seems like.
Nah.
Okay.
It's some like basketball players in there, but it's nothing else in there.
Okay. Nothing but angry parents in my DMs. That's it.
That's one thing I don't
That's
do.
it.
I don't deal with
I'm
that.
a ninth grade coach. Nothing but angry parents in my DMs.
What are they mad about?
B. Will,
Right.
what's up? Do you want to know what my parents are mad about? Everything.
Could
Everything.
you imagine what they're gonna be mad about in about 2 years when things get real?
Yeah, it's gonna be my fault. They're gonna blame me.
It ain't my fault.
I don't think I'll ever. Never mind.
Hey, guess what I did
What?
these past since we've been out?
Rest.
No,
You watched a lot of games,
I've
didn't
not slept. I watched some basketball. I took my kids to.
Oh, you went to a lot of games.
Yeah. I took my kids up to North Georgia University to go watch some Peach Belt basketball. Saw North Georgia versus Landers. And then we went this weekend, yesterday, to Augusta University. Man, Augusta was gracious enough to host us, and we get to see a real good game. Augusta University versus Young Harris College.
How was Young Harris?
Not big enough to handle Augusta.
Well, Augusta's pretty big.
Augusta is very big. The 7-footer Tyshawn Crawford had his way down there. But Young Harris is not a bad basketball
He's
team.
from
They're
Georgia
just-
Southern, right? He transferred.
Yeah, he was at
Yeah,
Georgia
he's
Southern.
transferred from Georgia Southern. Young Harris is not a bad basketball team, though.
It's too much size. It's a matchup thing. Sometimes
it's a
matchups
matchup
don't
problem.
work.
And with Augusta's size, if you're a big man, and it's possible, if you are 6'6" and above, and Division II is going to be the level that you're laying at, and they're not paying me to say this, I'm going to Augusta. The same way that if I'm a big man at the high major level, right, I'm probably going to go to North Carolina because you're going to get the ball every single time.
The system.
So at the Division II level, if I'm 6'6" and above, and I'm going to be a post player, I'm going to Augusta because I'm going to get the ball every single time, right? Just from a system standpoint. They have guys that, outside of the 7-footer, they weren't really bigger necessarily than Young Harris College. But in that interior, they just knew how to operate. Like, they know how to turn, pivot. Like, they're going to finish. They're going to block out every single time. Like, they were just dominant. Like, they ran a lot of good stuff, like screening, kind of post to post, getting guys open. Like, you know, ran a lot of good stuff. Very fundamentally sound. So it was really good watching them. North Georgia has a kid.
Shout out to my
KJ
guy Adam Blake
Jenkins.
at North Georgia.
Yes. Who, man, hey, look, Adam Blake treated us so well. Like, my kids, man, like, they still talk about him talking to them after the game. Like, and it kind of motivated them. Like, the first
That's
thing
such a nice arena, man.
oh, man, it's beautiful.
I had a kid last year that I was trying to get to go there. Like,
I thought about him when I was up there.
you know, like this is brand new.
And they play a style that would fit his game. Like, he would go there and get off. Like, but KJ Jenkins from Creekview, man, he going there getting it off. Like, that dude gonna make money overseas, I think, because he chose the right school. Like, he went to the right spot. He gonna go end up playing for money because he getting it off out there. Like, I got some highlights.
All right.
Not for this show, but I got some highlights to show that kid. Anybody else over the last few weeks, we get a chance to watch a lot of basketball. Huff, you played some basketball. Huff got 200, man. Come on, man. Hold on, man. The boy got 200, man.
Where's the edit? Why didn't you drop the edit?
You know, we trying to win playoff
This is the
games.
day and times of the edits. If you don't have an edit, it didn't.
It didn't happen. If it ain't on Twitter, it didn't
200
happen.
wins is a big milestone. You gotta have one of the edits like that. Coaching.
Look, I'm gonna tell you how.
Calling your play. This
Huff
is
trying to
how
play it.
you
Look.
play.
I text Huff. I text Huff, was like, yo, coach, congratulations,
see
my
that
G. Man, 200, that's huge. And Huff hits me back and starts talking about all the kids and all the coaches in his coaching tree that had something to do with his 200. It's like, I don't want to hear about Mochi. Huff, this is your time to shine. Don't tell me about Motree and Catlin and all these other guys that came from your tree, man. Talk that talk,
200
Huff.
wins and how many state championships?
1 state championship, lost 1.
How many? What about region?
3.
That's a resume right there.
A lot of college kids.
A lot of
college kids.
all different
How many
levels.
pros?
Like overseas, or we just talking
Pros, period. NBA, overseas.
10.
Solid.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Man, they made me who I am, man. Every X and O you drawing up don't work the same if you ain't got the players now.
That's facts.
But
That's
you got to
facts.
get them in shape.
You got to put them in the right spot. You got to they got to believe in buying the whatever process, whatever strategy, offensive, defensively, whatever your culture is, they got to buy in. And if you can get that, and that's the one thing I'll tell young coaches who are trying to get to be a head coach or just becoming a head coach is you've got to make your mark, not the mark of your mentor, not the mark of the guy you see over there who has all these wins. What is your mark? What do people say about your type of teams or your teams, period? And you got to get buy-in from your guys. They got to know that you care. I think that's really huge in today's game. I think that's what we're seeing. That's what this transfer thing's not going away. Could possibly get worse if the NCAA decides that you can just transfer whenever now.
As you should.
I mean, it's not anything that I'm mad about, but it's just that, you now got to be saying the right things to kids, like the truth, not
You gotta speak the truth.
not just what they want to hear at that time.
Out of love. You gotta speak the truth out of love.
I think they'll respect you for that,
I agree.
and it doesn't mean you're not going to lose a player.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but if we're going back to 200, man, it was a great milestone.
Who was it against?
It was the first round of the playoffs, first Hebron Christian. So I think, we're on a mission of what we're trying to do. I think that's why I kind of subdued it. It's more about my team right now, man. Those guys are just bought in and doing the things they need to do so we continue to keep pace. And they understand what I mean when I say it's 5 pebbles to get to the rock.
Yeah.
That means you got to win 5 games to win the state championship.
Yep.
And we're 2 down right now, so we got 3 more to go.
So I'm gonna say something that you won't say, right? And I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but there are not a lot of teams, not a lot of coaches that can lose a 5-star player and go one step further in the playoffs than that team went last year. You're here. Am I speaking facts or no?
It's a testament to those guys, man. If
It happened.
if I can just talk about those guys and talk about our team for a minute, we were 2-13.
Yeah.
We were 2-13,
And it was a lot
I
of
saw
noise
you-
out
and
there.
that was noise
When I
everywhere.
A lot of noise out
When I
there.
saw you guys play at Hillgrove,
Let's be real.
I was like, man.
It's rough.
Yeah.
It's
It was
rough.
looking rough.
There's a lot of noise.
There
I had
was
people
no-
calling my line like, "Hey, your boy," and I was like,
There was no
"My boy got
like,
it."
Yeah,
cohesion,
Yeah.
chemistry.
it was tough early. It was tough,
Yeah.
no doubt about it. And it's a testament to those guys to continue to battle. I told my guys, Savannah's a long way to go for a game.
Yeah, for sure.
And we were coming back. We're on the bus. It's late at night. It's pouring down rain. Obviously we're happy we won, and some were still, they were up talking a little bit. And we have a little group meeting, and I texted them, and I said, imagine that we're here right now. And it's not saying, we're happy where we're at. We're going to compete on Wednesday. We're going to try to win a ball game versus St. Francis.
For sure.
But imagine when we were 2-13 and we had just lost to Lovejoy, and we were 2-13. I said, but that game at Lovejoy was the catalyst to where we are now. Because if anybody was at that game and watched us play, we were up by 4 at half. Lovejoy comes out on a 21-0 run. I called 2 timeouts. So we're down 17, 18, 19, whatever it was, and we come back and have a chance to win at the end of the ball game. that shows how hard we fight. That shows our togetherness on the road in a hostile environment versus a 6A team. You know, sometimes the A's don't matter, and sometimes they do. If you know what I mean, when you're a new coach in a new program, you're trying to develop culture. That was a catalyst for us, man. I think at that point they realized, oh, we can play.
Yeah. Do you feel like at all, and this is not like, we didn't plan to discuss this actually.
Right.
But do you feel like at all that how tough the schedule was early? I think sometimes your schedule can either make a team or break a team, right? Do you feel like it forced y'all to stay together?
It forced us to stay together. It forced us to understand our deficiencies. It forced us to play basketball the right way. Too many times, if you don't challenge your guys, they can start playing the game the wrong way. And then that can carry over once you get to region play, carry over against the region tournament, and then state tournament, and you never fix it. So because you had to be so detailed in your approach to how you were going to beat maybe a more physical team, or maybe a taller team, or maybe a team that had more depth, you got to realize in that 2-13 time, I might want to say 10 of those, actually 12 of those are without our football guys. So you got to add that part of it in, because our football team went to the Final Four. So it was a lot. Like, that schedule made, I mean, when you got to play, just think about the teams that are still playing who we played.
Sure. Yeah.
South Cobb, Milton,
Yep.
Pace, Lanier, Shiloh just lost.
By one, yeah.
Lovejoy lost, they played for their region championship. Who else am I missing? Woodville Tompkins. Sorry, they made your pick look bad, but
He picked him to win it all.
yeah, he did.
Lenny, you still my guy.
Appreciate you, Lenny. You helped us out going to Savannah, by the way. Shouts out to you.
Did y'all play North Gwinnett?
No, we
Y'all
played
played in that
Lanier.
event.
Yeah, we played Lanier at North Gwinnett.
Yeah.
So we like.
Who's still in it, right?
Remember, I said that a long time ago.
Yeah, you did.
We didn't play one team in our classification until we got the region tournament.
Battle tested.
We talk about, Bryce, you at the Hillgrove game. Mm-hmm. Whatever you think of Hillgrove, they won the state tournament.
Yeah.
And won a game in the state tournament.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we had to play them,
Hillgrove goes every year, just about. As far as I know.
So we were battle tested, and it paid off. And what we, going into a hostile environment on Wednesday, we hope it pays off again,
For sure.
It's
So, are you going to double team?
I'm not talking strategy, Bryce.
We're gonna double team. We're gonna triple team. We're gonna whole team.
I watched something really. For the one or few times I watched NBA, I actually picked something up, and I was watching. I think it was the Lakers, and the Lakers were playing Houston. So they were trying to slow James Harden down, and they had one dude on him, and the other dude like on the midline the whole game.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That's a good pickup, Bryce. That is something you picked up from
And
NBA.
so it was almost like they were like, you get over there, you beat me, right? You beat me, but
It's funny funny you do mention that. So I was watching NBA last night, Hawks versus the Mavericks, even though, Luka and Porzingis didn't play in this new NBA,
Low management. Even
So,
though you're a rookie and you're 19.
The Hawks went to this matchup zone
the Hawks are
and got back in the game and eventually won.
The Hawks are getting
So
there.
I've been studying matchup. I'm not going there. I've been studying matchup though, and I really want to.
And I don't know if it's because
You want to learn what?
the matchup zone. he was
Matchup
saying.
zone.
I don't know if in the NBA it was so like they don't have time to
What is it
work
you
on the
wanna
matchup.
learn?
The principles and how to teach kids how to communicate out of it and how to break down
Like a
drills that I can
3-2
use
match,
to
like a
install
3-2
it.
matchup zone.
Yeah. Or 1-3-1, like some odd man front matchup. Yeah, I would like to.
I mean, I think there's so many different ways you can do it. It just depends on how you want to teach it.
Yeah, I'll talk to you after. Yeah. Man, I'll invite you to our practice. Help me out.
Hey man, I don't think I'll be coaching ninth graders anymore.
Help me out.
I'm done with that.
I do want to shout out. We missing a homie, man. Locke is working. He is in the gym.
Holding it down, Locke. Hold it down.
He is watching basketball. Locke is holding it down. This basketball is representing you, brother.
Too bad the South won't have nothing to say. But
yeah, we're not listening to the South today. You have nothing to say. No, Monroe's still doing their thing. America's still like
who?
Monroe area is still in it.
Monroe area is not. That's not Monroe though.
Wait, I thought Monroe area
No.
was
No. You're gonna have all the people in Albany
My
get you,
bad. Hey, look, listen.
including Coach Motion.
Listen.
You touching the subject that you need to just leave.
Yeah, just
I'm gonna let it
leave.
go. Cool. I'm gonna let it go. Hey, I try to go past the airport occasionally, but we'll leave that to
Yeah.
But yeah, man, shout out to Locke, our boy. He'll be back. Guys, let's get into it. I got a message. Let's jump into doing work. I got a message from one of my homeboys, and who's a coach, and he said that Javon Green is one of the best players to ever come out of Henry County. And I was like, wow.
Speak on that.
But I did want to shout out to Javon Green, the legend.
Hey man, that Henry County team was tough. It was him and the Rosser kid. They were tough.
Javon Green over at George Mason doing
Lefty.
his thing. Javon Green has an interesting story. So I was at the Hoops Given where Javon went
off.
right? But I feel like every time the story is told, his point total goes up.
What was it, 60 something now?
So I heard, I heard 57, 63, 68 are the numbers that I heard.
I thought it was 57.
I thought it was 57 too. But every time the story gets told, it goes up. That lets you know when you cooking like that, when you baking like that, and every time that story gets told, your point total goes up. To me, still to this day, top to bottom, the best Hoops Given the best basketball tournament that I've been to was that year for Hoops Given. And everybody talks about the matchup with Colin and Trayvon Duval, but that year Newton County went off with Isaiah Miller. Like, them dudes went nuts over Liberty.
Yep.
Javon Green went off for 50, 60 something points. They had the kid that's playing at USC, Elijah Weaver.
Yeah.
Elijah Weaver was playing in that event, and he went nuts. Like, it was a lot of good games, man. Like we were watching in the back gym that year a young Meadow Creek team, and I'm sitting next to Kendall Wesley, sitting next to the big homie, and he goes, a year or two, they're going to win a state championship. And they're playing in the back gym at Hoops Given. And
I think that's
2 years later,
that's a key thing. Like, a lot of times we gotta, I don't know how to put this. It takes some seasoning for a team.
Yeah.
Like, just because they're talented doesn't mean they're supposed to win it
Right
then and there.
For sure. Baby steps, building blocks.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to shout out to Javon Green, man. You definitely deserve our respect. You're doing your thing at George Mason, one of Henry County's finest. I can't argue whether or not he's the best player ever from Henry County. I just go by what I was told, that he's the best player ever from Henry County. So y'all jump in and argue with me and tell me if he's not. If
Send us something and say if he's not.
For sure. Let's get into some videos, fellas. Spencer Rogers, former Buford.
No. Mountain View.
He was from Mountain View?
Yes. Spencer Rogers and Adam Flagler had battles for days.
Hey, I stand corrected.
Stand down.
I stand corrected. But hey, let's check out this clip. Sir, welcome home. Welcome home. Let's cue up Spencer Rogers. Here we go. Outlet. Yay! Hey!
Oh. I see you, young fella.
Hey, fam. My man going to Kennesaw State.
Man,
They bringing in 6. They bringing in 6 guys, and he one of them.
this is not a shot. I bet you they won't win one game next year.
Facts. Facts. You gonna have to deal with them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm assuming, right, that nowadays, ACL injuries aren't what they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna get Terrell Burton back, and he's gonna look relatively like Terrell Burton, right? His first time having an ACL injury.
But here's the other part. They gonna have stuff around him where they don't have to just push him
to that limit anymore.
Yeah.
I agree. Amani Harris is going to come back. He was a double-double machine before he got hurt. You got Youngblood, Stroud, Mason Quarterbomb, the big kid.
The forward that they have
That's
is
coming
good,
in.
too. I forgot his name. He's
They
This kid and the transfer from Troy.
They're on the way.
All coming in. 6 guys coming in next year to that team next year.
by the way, they're having a summer camp this year. Oh, Kennesaw State's having a summer camp.
Look at there.
High school players come to our gym.
Finally. Look, I feel like I can't remember what The Rock's intro was, but that's how it started.
Finally.
The Rock has come back
to Kennesaw State.
Hey, man, Spencer Rogers, I can't wait to come see you, homeboy. I will be in the gym. I'm going to get me some Kennesaw State gear. I don't have any. I would shamelessly beg for some like Locke does. I'm not going to do that. I'll just buy some. Persian, if y'all ain't going to give me none, I'll just go buy some. It's all right. That was a shameless.
That was a shameless.
Okay, cool. So.
What's our next week? What else we got?
Hey, listen, this kid, Colin Rodriguez from North Augusta, right? I want to show y'all this video, and y'all understand every time you know you got bunnies, when you make your move to the basket and there's like 4 people around the basket and nobody jumps.
Oh, they know you got bunnies.
Everybody in the gym know what time it is. Let's cue this video of Colin Rodriguez. This is from North Augusta. Hey, it's
they just
3
said,
dudes.
They just kind of said,
It's one behind them, 2 on the side of them, and nobody jumped.
Where is he going? Hold on.
I don't know, but I need to know, like, what AAU team you playing for? Can we run that back? I want to hop off 2 feet.
Yeah, that was nice.
Bang out.
Who sent you that?
No, it's some boy, Chad Cooks. Chad Cooks posted it, and I just swiped it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That was real nice.
That's a good play.
Yeah.
Like,
that's impressive. That jump stop to be able to dunk like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's impressive.
I mean, like I said, when nobody jumps, I know what type of time he's on. Like, he's done some things in warm-ups where everybody knew, like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm making a business decision. I'm not doing that. I feel like we've been calling this name all year. Another Mountain View kid.
Yeah, another BJ Roy.
I love him as a coach. Like, can we talk about him as a coach, though, man?
He does a great job, man. He does
I
a great
feel
job.
like he gets. I feel like his players look like they're having fun playing for him. They play extremely hard, which is a tough thing to pull off. It's tough to look like you're having fun when you play that hard, and he's coaching that hard. But I feel like he always gets a lot out of his kids. I saw you guys do battle a couple of times.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Always games.
Got that region championship. But anyway,
But Naheem Aladeen. Am I saying it right?
Yep. VT, Virginia Tech.
He played with the Canes for a minute.
We got really? Sheesh. Hey, let's cue this.
Before he went back and played with a Nike team or something. Yeah.
Here we go.
We got a little
I'm not going to say who.
on the break. Oh, you gonna jump too? With the left.
That was tough.
With the left, dog.
He is
tough.
a lefty.
Yeah, he's lefty. Yeah. He's a left-handed player. Ooh.
Like the cock back with the.
Ooh. Yeah, that was nasty. That was nasty.
You know what I'm saying? What you trying to do? Let
me see if I can find that throwback and post it. We gonna put.
Type of time. Oh, here we go. Bryce about to post the Canes jersey. Here we go.
It's not Thursday.
Bryce, y'all responsible.
He did play. Anyway.
We had a lot of good plays, man.
That's why I said we've been gone a long time.
I do get the shout out.
Payne College got some?
I get to shout out South Georgia. We can't. Oh, I'm sorry. We had 2 game winners that we wanted to show.
One we
Can't
could.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both.
We can't show either.
Oh man.
Why can't you show it?
We have some technical difficulties.
Oh.
Yeah. Locke, I'll talk to you about it.
Oh, okay. Lock.
We had Payne College, breaking your heart at Morehouse.
Again?
Yeah.
Didn't they do that last year too?
Hey, homie hit y'all with the he step off with the 3.
Damn.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't
Game
the, at least it wasn't
winner.
the conference tournament like last year.
I know, man.
And then we had Albany State with a game winner too. On a sideline out of bounds play, right?
It's a good
That
play,
was a
man.
good
That was
play.
a good play.
Yeah, that was a good play. I saw that.
And we're gonna fix it next episode. Check with us.
He went for that lob, backdoor,
Yeah.
backdoor lob. Yeah, that was a good
Yeah,
play.
I'm still
Yeah,
on that. Stop
yeah.
it.
Ninth graders can do that.
Huh?
Ninth
Hey,
graders.
man,
Yeah.
stop it, man.
Hey, I got 4 guys that can catch that back and dunk it.
Hey, man, you like the head coach that never go see his 9th grade team play.
Yeah, right. That shows no love, bro.
Yeah. Wonder why you don't keep him.
I got a 6'5" kid. Probably. Never mind.
I watch everybody play. I just don't want to coach everybody.
A great game that was full of highlights. Listen, coaches, coming on our show is a good luck charm. Let's talk about that. Right? We had Chad Dollar on our show 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Talked about how in the remaining 9 games that they could go out and win 7 or 8 of them, and y'all laughed at me. No, they laughed at me. They were shooting me texts. Oh, no, you had Dollar on. You trying to talk like, nah, they can't. No, I meant that they could go win 7 or 8 out of their next 9 games, and they go on to beat Auburn and beat Vandy the other night. In a game filled with crazy
Those are 2
highlights.
big wins. Yeah.
2 big wins for them, conference wins. You need every single one of those going into the tournament. They got a chance, depending on how they finish out, that they could get to 18, 19 wins, 20 wins if they win out. And 20 wins get you in.
Who they got next?
I gotta look it up.
They giving the ball to Ant-Man. That's what I
They're
know.
definitely giving the ball to him, man, as they should. But
Gotta give him the ball. man.
this play though, from Tyree Crump, actually won the game versus Vanderbilt.
I hope it's the whole play.
Are we gonna address?
I hope
we're gonna
it's the
see
whole play.
Never mind.
We're gonna see the whole play. Bryce don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. Let's show Tyree Crump.
Ooh, that's a tough loss. Ooh,
Have
that's
y'all
tough.
been on
Look at. Well, I'm on coach mode, right? Rayshawn Hammond's almost cost him. He did not box
He
out
didn't
at
block
all.
out at all. Yeah. But if he blocks out, knockdown, they don't get the knockdown.
Yeah, they needed that dub. That's a
That
big
is
shot.
a great win, bro.
It's a great win, but
Hey.
I guarantee you in film session, he got chewed out.
But look, tell me about the time that y'all won and y'all didn't supposed to win. That is not supposed to
that's
happen.
not supposed to happen.
But tell me about a time that you won a game that you had no business winning.
I've got one, but I can't talk about it right now.
Why not? You playing them?
A lot of my games. A lot of the games that I won that I shouldn't have won was like when I coached 4th and 5th grade, like
Man,
6th
come on.
grade AAU.
Y'all ain't snuck out one lately.
Either I won that game or I wasn't supposed to win it, and I didn't, or didn't win. Like that hadn't happened in it hadn't happened in a while.
I've been a part of some games that we were not supposed to win, and I don't know if you feel better winning the game or if you feel worse
You all
losing a game.
no.
I think I feel worse.
You always want to win. I've been in games where you say, "Man, we play like crap," but a ugly win is better than a pretty loss.
You know, pretty well. Man, I don't know. That's tough.
You didn't put anywhere out here. You know, there was this one night, maybe a week ago, maybe 2 weeks.
What happened?
I said, "Hey man, your favorite team's in town. I got an extra ticket to the game.
What I did?
I can't go. I gotta go to
had to
work.
work.
I gotta go to work."
I did. I had to go to work.
I think you knew what was going down.
I was still working.
I
two
think
jobs.
I think you knew what was going down.
Look, man.
How did Georgia Tech beat them?
Defensively, they were in their grill.
Are we really going to talk about how we lost?
They won today though.
We beat North Carolina.
But they lost 2 straight. They lost to Georgia Tech, and they lost to somebody else, right? after
Clemson.
that, yeah. I mean, that's your team. You tell
Clemson
us how they lost.
sitting in the middle of the ACC trying to. They won a couple more games. They sneaking up
They are
there.
a team that's had some
Good
amazing
wins and some
Yeah.
horrible losses.
horrible losses.
Yeah.
It's a crazy mix, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
That's-
we're gonna go.
it's gonna be
smack
tough to
Duke
get in
by
that-
20 and then lose to
So what does that mean? What does that say?
I have no idea.
It's a lot of bubble. It's a lot of bubble teams this year. I would say it's a lot of teams.
Man, we're talking about
I mean,
a lot of
it's hard
stuff
to get-
and things we were discussing, things I learned,
It's hard to get teenagers to play consistently as well.
especially if you're young.
What it is, yeah.
Clemson got some big dudes too, and they still in the middle. That's ACC is tough.
I know. Hey, interesting, and we have video of this too. An interesting thing that happened that I wanted to ask y'all too about being the charge coaches, and we're talking about winning and losing, and how you handle winning and losing. Can I show? I want to show the Coach K video, and then I want to put up the tweet for Mark Edwards. We're gonna get into tweets of the week really quick, and let's show this video real quick from Coach K, and then I just want to come right back directly with Mark's tweet.
He was not having it
He
right
ain't trying to
there.
hear nothing that Coach got to say.
Not a
Nothing.
word.
Nothing. He just lost by a dub.
They got smacked.
He didn't even look that man in the eye. I'm not going to say how I feel about it. Mark Edwards says, Coach K shows no class whenever he wants to, and no one ever says a word. Oh, but yeah, he was taught the game and culture by Bobby Knight. So what should we expect? End quote. Those are not my words. I read them.
You think
For
Coach?
those-
You think Coach K was forwarded that tweet?
But wait, so we are also on SoundCloud.
Who is this?
And for those listening on SoundCloud to our lovely podcast, those are the words of Mark Edwards. I think it's Edwards on Twitter. We just showed the tweet online. We showed a bunch of video that if you're on
At M Edwards B
SoundCloud,
ball.
at M Edwards B ball is where you can find Mark Edwards on Twitter. We
Monstars
just showed a bunch of-
Lab.
Monster Lab for sure. We just showed a bunch of video that you guys can't see on SoundCloud. Shout out to all of our listeners on SoundCloud. Make sure that you also like, subscribe, SUVtv on YouTube. Follow the Lovely Game Podcast YouTube channel as well. Like, subscribe, that as well, because there's additional content that is out there that you're missing. Okay, boom. Let's go back to Mark Edwards saying that Coach K showed no class.
I mean, he
Talk
got
to me.
smacked by 20. So he was. I mean, he was. I would have been mad.
What
too.
if
How do
he-
you
what
guys
if-
handle losing? I'm sure we've all been in a situation.
I don't even
where we
think it
all got
was-
smacked one day.
I've been smacked, and there's sometimes you get smacked, and you're so upset with your team. Like, so it has nothing to do with the coach who you're shaking hands with. I've never done that. I've never done that.
As
but-
a coach, and you just smack somebody that you respect, or maybe you smack somebody that you don't respect, what do you say as the winning coach? That's what I want to know. What is being said between the two coaches as you shake hands? Do you say good game if you just smack them by 40?
Yeah.
I'm not saying good game.
Good
'Cause
game.
I don't want nobody to say good game to me. That's-
What do you say?
Let me know if you need something.
What? What you want to
Like,
give him some coffee or something?
No, like it may be somewhere, a film or something like, somewhere.
So
down
you
the-
beat me by 20. Let me know if I can send you some film with somebody else.
Let me know if you need something down the road. In this time, like you never know in playoff time who you gonna have to
So
hit up.
is that your go-to huff? You walk up, you shake hand, hey coach, let me know if you need.
It ain't a lot of people I don't know, so that's the first part about it. So it's
Okay.
probably more than that. I don't think good game after you beat somebody or by 20, 30. That's
So what do you expect to be said to you?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember what has been said.
Like,
And
what-
then,
People usually say good luck the rest of the way.
yeah. They do say good
Something
luck the rest
stupid
of the way.
like that.
Okay.
My only thing, I don't think it so much matters in college because if you get beat by 20, you just got beat. Like you just
He
played
could be
bad.
mad at his players. He mad at
Yeah.
the assistant.
But
he
in
did the scout.
high school, there are occasions where there's no shot clock and people will continue to shoot and run up the score.
Oh, that's different.
I don't like that. Like, so that's tough.
But do you do that though?
I would do that. If I
I've
won
seen
the other
people not
end,
even shake the hand.
Like you just walk out and get.
There's a girl seen this year who they smacked somebody
Is that what happens?
and they didn't even walk. They just went straight to the locker room.
Is that classless?
shouldn't we do the handshake in the beginning of the game anyway?
I don't know. That's a point to be taken, but it depends. They were looking at it like something that the other coach did. Like Bryce said, they still scoring points. They leaving their starters in.
Let me ask this question: if Mike Davis did that, do we?
Oh,
feel
we'll be
differently?
talking. They'll be talking about it. Unfortunately,
Mike Davis.
used to
He's
be at
coaching
Indiana. He's at Detroit now.
Yeah, he
Was at Texas
Indiana,
Southern.
Then he was at UAB. Then he was at Texas
So I
Southern.
got a flip side of that. Have you ever seen what Texas Southern does when you foul out the game? The song
No.
they play?
No.
Go check that out. And see if that was done at a PWI, would it be taken differently?
I'm gonna go look it up.
Sit down.
Yeah, I like that. Turn up. But that's from a crowd. I'm saying from somebody who makes $8 million.
That ain't just. They play the music.
Right, but I'm cool with that. That's not a coach.
So do you
doing
think
that to you,
you
but
think
I'm
he
saying
was
makes
more?
$8 million
You think
a
so?
year.
You think he was more so mad about
I
not necessarily about how much he lost by, but who he lost to?
Facts. But me personally, I don't care what he's mad about. I don't care, right? Like, you lost. You're a paid professional. You're one of the only few paid professionals that are in that line, right? You get paid $8 million a year to be able to handle that professionally with one of your peers.
Yeah.
You have a lifetime contract. They can't even fire you, bro. You got a lifetime deal and a Nike deal on top of that.
But we've always said, if you sit behind Duke's bench, I hope you don't go to church a lot.
It's like that.
Oh yeah.
I haven't sat behind that bench, not
Cool.
that close. But I mean, that's what it is.
And this,
It's worse. Oh wow.
Okay, let's go. I had a tweet. We can show my tweet real quick. We'll
It went viral.
speed through this. It did. People got on it for the
Woo! 539 likes.
wow, 140 retweets.
Your phone was going crazy.
and that was the day before Valentine's Day, which is why I'm trash, because I'm thinking about basketball instead of thinking about Valentine's Day. Therefore, I'm trash, and I'm giving up so much of myself to you guys.
Kids don't move the ball.
Kids don't move the ball and make the right play anymore, largely because we don't celebrate kids who play that way enough. It's too easy to look at the point total from a stat sheet. No consideration to how many shots it took to get there at all, just how many he ended up with. Here's my thing, and I'll let you guys go, right? Number one, I feel like people looked at that tweet the wrong way, because immediately they jumped into kids. When I wasn't addressing kids in that tweet for real at all, I was trying to hold us accountable. But we skipped over that and we got to the kids, because anytime you knock a kid on Twitter, you're going to get a whole lot of likes and retweets.
But did you knock a kid?
I wasn't. I was really trying to get at
It was
us.
a general. Never
Yeah.
mind.
It was a general.
I'm just saying.
Somebody took that personally?
No. I'm just saying that you can make a post and it be negative towards kids, and it'll get a lot of likes and retweets. But that post wasn't really about kids.
Yeah.
right? Because there have always been kids.
It's
who
about the
really don't
praise.
play the right way. It was about the fact that we can get lazy at times, and we can look down at a stat sheet and say, "Oh, he had 30." And
It's,
celebrate that instead of celebrating kids that play the right way. And I have a couple of kids in mind that we could talk about after, but that's what I was trying to address.
it's tough.
I mean,
We do a bad job at times.
We
I'm
do.
willing to admit.
We do.
I'll
Like we
look at the
don't.
stat
No
sheet.
one.
the only
No
way
one.
you,
No one.
the only way you can
celebrates the past
do
first point guard.
the only way you can do a bad job at that as an adult or as a coach is if you don't know what you're talking about. Because anytime somebody makes a good pass, that was good. I mean, we're constantly saying that was a good pass. That was a nice pass. So if you can't see that or acknowledge that, and you're probably, you know what I mean? Like, you probably don't know what you're talking about.
It's just I don't know. One of the best things. Had the pleasure of working in the USA camp this summer, and they do a drill. It's a 3-on-3 drill where you got 3 things you have to do, like, or it doesn't count. Like if you don't basket cut, if you don't make a certain
Screen
pass,
for somebody else,
if you
or
don't
something like that.
thank the passer.
Yeah.
Like, and that stuck with me when I saw that. I said, thank the passer. You know how many times you watch games and
I saw a video
There's no-
of a girls' game where they got a tech
Tech for thanking the-
pointing to
yeah.
the passer. Yeah.
Back in the day, they used to do that all the time.
Yeah,
you would see people pointing at their teammates for that pass. We don't do that anymore.
We
Not
had-
we,
yeah,
but
it was
players don't do it
It
anymore.
was
no.
so funny because, we talk about it in our program. I'm not trying to build mine, but I was watching a video of our game versus Savannah, and we make a transition pass up the court, like to beat everybody up the court, and my guy finishes over, and when he turns around, he immediately points to the guy. Like,
Yeah.
but it's so rare that you see it. I mean,
Probably a culture thing too. You know what I mean? Like,
but
the
I
culture
don't
of your
think it's just a
program.
culture thing in a program. I think it's a culture thing where there's a lot of selfishness, man. There's a lot of selfishness.
I want to throw out a player and just to drive this conversation home. It's just a player that I was actually watching play, and I was thinking about at the time when I sent that tweet. One that's already in college, and then one that is still in high school. So I'll just talk about the high school player first. Shout out to J.D. Diamond out at Voorhees College, who I thought was just the ultimate competitor and ultimate winner, and team guy when he was playing the right way. And I feel like a lot of times J.D. was forced to play the wrong way because we wouldn't acknowledge him for playing the right way. I can't say forced, but pressured, I'll say, to doing more than what he should have done because he was trying to go to school. And nobody would acknowledge him for playing the right way, except for us, because we talked about it on the show all the time. Bryce, I got you.
I was sneezing.
But I don't understand Roman Son's recruitment. We've talked about him a lot on this show. I don't understand his recruitment. I don't.
What do you mean you
feel
don't?
he's
What
smarter.
What do you mean you don't understand it?
I don't understand why he's not one of the more celebrated players in GHSA right now. I don't understand why he's not a Division I player, and maybe somebody offered him.
What?
But
I don't know his
understand.
offers, but what level do you?
He's
think
like
he
Clayton
is?
State, I think. Clayton State in some division.
I don't understand why he's not a D1. I understand what his deficiencies are as a player,
Which are?
right? He's not a great shooter.
Well,
And what position is he?
He's a point guard.
that's probably gonna do it right there.
But so here's my thing.
And I'm not saying that should.
He is frequently a triple-double kid. So rebounds extremely well at his position, which is a stat that translates, right? He's a high steal kid, which is a stat that we say translates. And he's a high assist kid, but only on top of that, for the last few years, whether it's AAU or high school basketball, he's a winner.
Yeah.
You realize the best player on his team has been out for he's been out since
For a while.
November,
Yeah, for a while.
and
So-
they're in
so
the
here's-
Elite Eight. He's still winning.
and I understand that. And as somebody who, a kid from Alatoona, Ephraim Salam, I think that was his name.
Yeah.
He reminds me of that kid
Yep. Okay.
who ended up going deep.
I would say Roman's a better passer than Ephraim, but
He may be, but do you know what Ephraim did at North Georgia?
he's lighting it up. I just saw him play.
Like how many steals he has?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and the knock, because we were the only people that offered him a Division I scholarship was us at Alcorn, Coach Highland and
Smart.
myself. Like,
Smart.
and I do value shooting, but I also see, and that kid can get us to a different level. And maybe some college coaches don't see that for whatever, I don't know why.
To me, Roman Son is that kid. I can get you to a different level.
He's a good player.
Like I can make.
I mean, he's good.
He creates
Yeah, he's good.
wins,
He's
right?
good.
Like,
And
he's doing
maybe
it.
he's one of those kids that has to go play as an unsigned senior
I say yeah.
He's gonna
in the spring, and something
And
pops
and
for him.
somebody get.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying that he's too good for a Division II offer. I'm not saying that. If he got offered by a great Division II school, a Lincoln, an Augusta, somebody like that,
Oh,
if he got,
I'm pretty sure Morehouse has been on that.
Yeah.
So don't you just
I don't know.
Yeah,
don't
definitely.
you
I'm
just
saying,
leave Morehouse
I'm
out
not
that
leaving
list?
Hey, look, no shots fired at Morehouse. But I am saying that the kid is a winner. He's been a winner for a few years. He's been a winner at AAU. He's been, I bring him up because we say that matters. We say kids who jump stop, play off 2 feet, who are ultimate team guys, who are warriors, who play defense. When you're a little,
I
guard, all those
love
things matter.
watching them play.
And it irritates me because I look at a kid like Roman Son and say, Coach, if he could shoot it, you couldn't get him.
Well, he's.
If he could shoot it,
think
you wouldn't
about
have a
it.
chance to get him.
Think about at Kennesaw State, you have Terrell. Terrell was in the same situation. He didn't have Kennesaw State until April or May. It was late.
For true.
He could
That's
shoot
true.
it.
So it might be a
he could
situation where people probably have his name written
It's
down.
I will just say this.
He's one of the best.
As
point
a
guards in
small
GHSA
guard,
right now.
it's going to be tough.
It's
I don't
tough,
care
period,
how good
yeah.
you are. It's tough,
Yeah,
period.
yeah.
But you add on if you're a small
guard,
I
yeah,
remember
it's
head
tough.
coaches, Division I, saying, I don't like small guards. It was just plain and simple. I don't like small. They didn't care. They didn't, before they watched the film, before they even went to see, I don't like small guards.
Hey, my buddy reached out to me and was telling me about a school out on the West Coast that said, man, we need a shooting guard. We need somebody that can shoot and that can play defense. And I was like, 2021. It was like, no, 2020. And I was like, good luck. You want to get in with a kid. You're a school on the West Coast. You want to get in with a kid from Georgia this late in the game, and you want somebody that can come in and play for you right away, that can shoot it, and that can defend at your level
That's
right now.
going to be tough.
Right? I guess that's the part of my frustration when people look over guys like Roman Son. It's like,
But
if he could do it. Like, coach, you're going to have to develop some of these kids. Like, what skill are you going to give them?
And I
Why
agree,
is he
but
coming to your
it's
school?
not just Roman Son. There can always be kids who they can nitpick something.
Yeah.
You
Like,
know, Adam Flagler wasn't athletic enough.
and he's a bucket. I'm just saying, you're going to have to, kids are not going to walk on. I feel like sometimes when you're looking at a high school kid and you want this kid to be a ready-made, play right now guy, it's very hard to find. Like, the college game is very different than what they're seeing in high school. Like, they're going to get screened to death in college. Like, they can't play at the college level right away, coach. Like, you're going to have to develop something in a kid. Like, now, if you tell me the kid had a motor issue or a character
To me, if you got a
issue
character motor,
or something like
would
that,
knock you off for me.
Yeah, for sure.
I just, as a smaller guard, like Huff said, you just almost have to be perfect. Like, you have to be explosive. You have to be able to shoot the lights out. You got to make the right basketball decisions. You have to be on a winning team, a winning high school team, a winning A. You have to be like.
It's just a lot of factors.
Yeah, it's a lot of factors for smaller guards. Like Chris Likes for Miami, he's probably one of the smallest guards I've seen.
For sure.
But that dude gets down the court like faster than anybody I've seen.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
explosive. He can shoot, and he knows the game.
And smaller guards
He's small.
cannot take plays off.
Can't take plays off.
At all.
Yeah.
Okay, I just, that was what that tweet was about. That's what led me to firing that off. I just wish we would appreciate guys and celebrate guys who play the right way. Wheeler has a couple of guys right now on their team that all they do is play defense. Right? Great kids, man. So,
Glue guys,
I
man.
just want to see guys like that get celebrated and get on. Anyway, let's go to our favorite time of the day. It's time for Watch Ahead.
Watch your head.
Hey, listen. The two plays that we have today, Watch Your Head was made for moments.
If
like
we
this.
didn't put this one in there, they would have said our show was a joke.
100%. The first play that I want to show, I cannot verify that this is Derrick Jones Jr., but I believe that it is. I was told that it is. Let's look at the Jones Watch Your Head play. And you...
Oh! Whoa.
Look at number 13. Watch number 13.
He takes
Watch
the
him walk in.
He takes the body contact.
Are you okay? Sir, are you okay? Do you need emergency assistance?
But did you see
Blink
him take
twice.
the body contact and then like another level? Like, look what another level.
Blink twice if you can hear me. That's what 13 said.
Contact another level.
Hey!
That's crazy. I missed that.
You forgot your lunch money.
This little dude.
I'm
his-
just trying to figure out
Number
what
13 jersey
said.
too big for his body. Trying to reach him.
Hey, 13 came from the 90s in a time machine.
Man, you just got.
Hey, that's crazy.
He's smoky.
Yeah.
There were people arguing over if that was actually a dunk or not. And
Yeah, it
I
was a
think you're
dunk.
nuts. Like,
Them the same people arguing if the Blake Griffin one was a dunk,
Yes.
or when Dwight was in the dunk contest. That was like, come on.
Do you have to necessarily touch the rim for it to be a dunk?
Just go to
that's
the
a dunk.
next one. Yeah.
Like, I don't even, like, that's a dunk.
That was like a dunk to me. man. He's
Let's
over
get
it.
to...
Do you have to say anything on this?
I don't think I have to say anything. If you're a basketball fan,
You all saw
You
this.
probably saw it already.
and
Future number one
you
draft
might
pick.
have been in my group chat or text me, like, I got a million texts with this one play. I'm just gonna say Ant-Man.
Yeah, when he's
rotation.
coaching,
Hey,
dude,
yo,
trying to
mama.
take a charge.
But his mom is watching. Don't do that.
Way too late in the
Like,
rotation.
jump, foul him. Like,
Sorry, is that where Dan McDonald says he wants charges out the game?
damn, look. Right.
That's a whole other
I'm
topic.
sorry. Can we see that one more time? No, why- how many times though have we seen Ant-Man in a
Split it.
pick and roll? Split it.
Bam!
Yeah, it was tough.
Yo.
And he got a little swerve on real quick, got a little dance on.
He can give it to you off 1 foot.
2.
He can give,
Yeah, he's
give
a
it to
problem.
you off 2 feet.
2 feet.
However you want it, you can get it. That's crazy. I don't even have anything else to say. We're gonna take a quick break,
We need one after that done.
and when we come back, we're gonna talk brackets. But also we have a special announcement. Love of the Game crew will be on site at Augusta University on Wednesday as Augusta takes on USC Aiken. Augusta, we bringing the party to you. Love of the Game bringing the party to you.
It's going to be lit.
It's going to be lit. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. We have surprises, but I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. But we'll be there, minus our partner that will be playing. In
Double teaming somebody. Triple teaming somebody.
Whole teaming. Like, subscribe to SUVtv. Make sure you go on your Roku app, download the SUVtv app so that you can watch our podcast all the time. And you can watch it on demand. And you can see us Wednesday at Augusta as they play USC Aiken.
So what you do is you go to Alpharetta, my game, and you have your phone out, and you kill 2 birds with one
Kill
stone.
2 birds with 1 stone. You can watch them both. But like, subscribe to SUVtv, and we'll be right back. It's Love of the Game.
All my young athletes, I know some of y'all may unfollow me after this, but I'm cool with that. But if your parents or your guardians got to always ask, is you going to workouts? Did you work out today? Wake up, we running late. If they got to do all that, man, you ain't ready to be no athlete, man. Because when you ready to be an athlete, you make things happen on your own. Ain't nobody got to micromanage you, man. Ain't nobody got to stay on top of you, especially you 15, 16, 17 years old. It's too many hungry kids out here that want this. You ain't doing them but wasting everybody's time when you got to be micromanaged. People trying to make you be an athlete, and it's a difference. When someone trying to make you be an athlete, it's totally different than when you want to be an athlete. So if you got to be micromanaged and somebody got to hold your hand on a day-to-day basis or every other day, all you doing is putting yourself at the back of the line, man. It's too many hungry kids out here that want it. So if you got to be micromanaged, save everybody the headache and the hassle, man, and find something else to do, because you ain't doing them but wasting everybody's time.
I don't have a whole lot to add to that.
If I got to beg you to get in the gym, then there's a problem.
I think one of the key things is kids show excitement about your craft, right? Like, if you love this game, I think what he's saying is one day, if you don't love this game enough, you're going to be sitting in a cubicle. And, and
Wishing you
trust
had.
me, take it from a guy, right? You know how they say, hey, look, if you ain't never did it, then you can't train or you can't coach. Well, I sat in a cubicle for a very long time, so I'm telling you something from experience, from somebody who loved basketball and now sits in a cubicle. If you don't love this game enough, and if you don't create opportunities for yourself, right? And sometimes, and while I'm sitting beside 2 coaches who may not like me saying this, sometimes you may have to rock the boat a little bit to create opportunities for yourself, right? If you want to be a gym rat, sometimes you're going to have to aggravate a coach sometimes about getting into the gym. I've heard stories. The stories are always funny about kids who sneak into the gym and trip off alarms until you have one of those kids who is sneaking into the gym and tripping off an alarm. But sometimes you have to work hard enough to create an opportunity for yourself, and to create that opportunity for yourself, sometimes you're going to have to rock the boat a little bit. because you're trying to create an opportunity for yourself. You're not trying to be selfish. You're not trying to hurt anybody. You're not trying to do anything mischievous. You're really just trying to continue to work on your game. And sometimes you're going to have to create those opportunities. You're going to have to dribble in the house when your mom is tired of hearing it. You're going to have to dribble outside when your neighbors are tired of hearing it. You're going to have to aggravate some people sometimes, but you're just trying to work on your game and create an opportunity for yourself.
So is Plies the best rapper
No.
voice for this? No, not rapper. No.
No.
Is somebody better than Plies?
I'm just saying no to anything as far as Cosby. any
The
direction
best.
that you're going with that. No, he's not. But I appreciate
Listen to what I'm about to say.
Get to
Okay.
these brackets, man.
The best rapper that gives
Motivational advice?
sports motivation advice.
Sports motivation advice. Maybe.
Maybe.
That's all I was trying
He's
to
doing a
say.
good job. I appreciate anybody, and I'm throwing jokes on Klass, but I appreciate anybody who's taking the time out of their day, who already has money, already has a career, to give back and speak to kids in any way, shape, form, or fashion. He's telling the truth. From somebody who had to hustle to go get his, right? He's telling the truth. But the moment we've all been waiting for, we're getting to the brackets. All right. Do we want to go to single A first?
If that's how you want to go, I don't care.
Okay, let's go to single A. Stop ducking.
Are we going public or private?
Stop ducking. I don't have much to say
I don't know anything about single A.
about public. The only thing I'm going to say about public is
There's a great matchup at Wilkinson and Wilcox coming up.
yes.
That's a rivalry.
Yes. Okay. And that was one of the ones that I wanted to point out. But I wanted to give a shout out to Drew Charter. An
Yeah.
amazing job
By James Williams,
by
Coach James Williams.
yeah,
Yep.
Coach Williams with his team. Incredible job. Dude, I didn't even know until the brackets came out. Like, you just don't realize with the schedule they play that they're a single A public school.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that.
Like,
They went there in our region.
it's not something that you think about because they play such a tough schedule. We did a great job with his kids and exposing. Everybody talks about exposure. He got his kids exposure. Like, he puts kids on the map
Yep.
that people don't know about. So I gotta give him a shout out. But I agree with you. Wilkinson County and Wilcox County is the
Yeah.
matchup that we're watching.
Yep. All right, we're going to single A private.
Yes. Yes.
I got Holy Innocence with the.
Yes.
Oh,
We're gonna talk about it.
I got Green Forest.
Wait, you got Holy Innocence upsetting St. Francis.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, cool. Why not?
I don't know about Mount Pisgah and Walker.
that should be a.
I'm
I mean, they're two region rivals. That should be.
Green Forest gonna win state championship though.
Green Forest can absolutely win state championship.
So
Absolutely.
My
do
bad.
not
Are they
sleep.
ever gonna let
Do
those
not
kids
sleep
play?
on Pinecrest.
Green
the
Forest.
bids for Green Forest
Green
money?
Forest gonna
No,
win state
they're not.
championship.
They're never gonna let those.
Not
kids
this
play.
year, no.
Hold on, they play. They're not playing.
No.
Then they play JV.
That's sad.
That's JV. They can play JV, but they can't play.
So
varsity.
because of the situation some months ago, they still haven't played.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell y'all that
But that
this
might change my outlook a little
bottom
bit.
part of this bracket with North Cal Christian and Trinity Christian, nobody's looking at.
Trinity's pretty good, man.
I'm not watching it.
Okay, well then the winner's gonna come from the left side. It's either gonna be Holy Innocence or St. Francis.
There you go. The winner of that Holy Innocence St. Francis
It's gonna win
game
state championship.
is just-
Yeah.
I mean, Green Forest may have something to say about
So
that.
whatever you got to do, Huff. You need a gameplay. You need to come in. You need me to come in there and guest speak or something. Motivational speak. So,
Hey, is there a speaker speak? I'll come in.
Too late.
I'll come in. Hello. I
There-
say the
there-
name right all the time.
There are three things I noticed. Notice how I'm just kind of moving
He's just
on.
ignoring it. Okay, cool. 2A.
Oh, there
I
are
have
three
a,
things
I
I
have,
noticed.
I have a trick defense if you want to use it. I can say it off
Three
there.
things I noticed.
Hey, I will.
Y'all are still on this. Let me come on.
Okay.
Glen Hills.
Yes.
Where we at?
Gotta watch them. Swainsboro. That could be a matchup in the Final Four that I would want to see. I love Thurl, but they better not sleep on Washington County.
I'm going Thurl.
I agree you can't sleep on Washington.
Can't sleep with anybody at this point.
It's true, but still, like,
But this statement that I'm about to make is going to show its face a little later in this discussion. When you have the best point guard on the floor, a lot of times.
But do we know what Washington like? Has anybody?
I'm
I see
rolling
what
with
you're
the
saying.
winner.
Okay, I see what
I'm
you're
rolling
saying.
with the winner. I'm rolling with the defending champ. I'm rolling.
But at
with
some
the
point, does
best
not
point
having
guard.
Robbie hurt?
Yeah.
Is he gonna be back?
At some point, the fact that they don't shoot free throws well is going to
Yeah.
hurt. At some point,
Are they gonna
don't
fake an
shoot the
injury?
ball well hurts. Wow. Hey, Coach, I'm not going to say that. Look, and you talking about again another? We talked about Coach Williams and putting Drew Charter on the map, putting kids on the map. Man, Coach Johnson over at Thurl.
Yeah, he been winning
Yeah.
for a long time.
Like-
Could you imagine if Ant-Man went to Thurl?
Stayed.
Stayed, yeah.
Crazy.
And some of them other kids.
Yeah,
wow.
he had more than just that.
Yeah, they had more, yeah. They had a
Now,
lot.
to me, had Ant-Man stayed
You might not get the development of these other
and
kids.
DeAndre had stayed,
DeAndre Brown.
you're talking about a team that is a 2A team that in Kentucky, we don't have, when you go to the state tournament, there's no classifications. You got to go play. Right? Thurl would be a 2A team that could go play anybody.
Yeah.
Right? And win. Had those kids stay.
I think they're going to win, though.
Coach Johnson's done a great job.
I got them winning the state championship. That's
All
I
right.
agree.
I got
I
them.
agree.
I got
South
them.
Atlanta, we had high early, but had some transfers.
Yeah.
That hurt
They
them.
lost some kids to Tri-Cities.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
So,
3A. It's a matchup, Monroe area versus Pace. We all think Pace is, but
I'm going with Pace.
we practiced versus Monroe area this summer, and
Pace.
I tell you, a slept-on matchup is the other one where you thought you were talking about, Monroe versus Jefferson.
Monroe.
That's a good matchup.
which
I think you
one-
think
The winners,
Pace
the
versus
one, the winner will come
which
from the
one
top
did-
half.
Did your kid leave? I thought it was Monroe area.
No,
Monroe.
he left Monroe.
He left Monroe.
Yeah.
So that's the one with Dominique Henderson.
Correct. And then
They
they
just
have
beat
the other
GHC.
kid that's real athletic, too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm picking Monroe.
Yeah.
So you think it's gonna be Monroe and Pace in the state championship?
Hey, Dominique Henderson is slept on. Dominique Henderson.
Dominic Henderson,
So
dog.
you got to answer
Yeah.
the question: do you think it's gonna be Monroe and Pace in the state championship?
No.
Oh,
I think Monroe will lose to Windsor Forest.
so you think it's gonna be Windsor Forest and Pace?
I think it's going to be Windsor Forest and Pace. Is Pace the new Press U?
What do you mean?
Are they the new, like, are they the, you know how East Hall used to be Press Hall?
Oh yeah.
Is that Pace Academy now?
I don't know.
I haven't seen him enough this year to know.
I saw him early, so I don't.
Okay.
I think they're just too talented to not win.
I think they're going to win that game too.
They're super talented.
When I look at 4A, I see 3 matchups here that I just go, this is an Elite 8. Obviously, Woodward versus Sandy Creek.
Woodward
Like
versus
somebody's
Sandy
going
Creek.
home,
Like,
which could be a state championship
so
game.
is this
I like
because
Woodward.
of the predetermined?
It
bracket?
is.
GHSA, you're trash. Stop it. These two teams should not, I'm not going to say they should meet in the state championship because you should always have to earn your way there. But they should be on opposite
sides. Yeah.
So then, but I also think this Upson Lee Denmark matchup.
It's going to be a great game.
I like Denmark.
But then, American Sumter, who hadn't lost the game now, having to go to St. Pius.
I wouldn't
That's going to
wanna
be a
coach
tough
in-
place to play
I
in.
wouldn't want to coach in 4A at all.
Like those are 3. You see, I don't know enough about Cross Creek and
I feel like
Lafayette, but like
I feel like this St. Pius American Sumter game is a bad matchup for both teams.
to have to play that.
Yes, I think that gritty, nasty.
Both of them are gritty.
defensive-
Yeah, both of them are
Both of them
that.
are
Yeah.
gritty. Both of them have a. They
But
both have
in
a
different,
yeah,
in different
ways.
ways,
Yeah.
I think. Like, because I wouldn't want to guard all of the action and stuff that St.
And
Pius
see, when I
is
talk
gonna
about
show you either.
this is where you talk about both those teams. Can American Sumter go to St. Pius and win? Can Denmark go to Upson Lee and win?
I mean,
2 tough places to go win.
I think both games.
I like them. I like Denmark.
I do too.
I don't think their players, especially their point guard Sutton Smith, is worried about where he's playing. Just to be
Alright.
honest. And then Adonis is
Are
tough.
we picking? Are y'all picking Woodward?
Win the whole thing? To win the whole thing?
Yeah, I still like Woodward.
Woodward's tough. Yeah, Woodward.
I still
Yeah,
like
yeah. That's too much. They're too much to handle. That's a lot.
5A.
Yes.
5A had some. You know, the team I said coming out, I said to keep watching out for was Cedar Shoals. And now Lithonia has to go to Cedar Shoals and play.
I want to say one thing. Hi, Columbia. Hey, guys.
I know you're not gonna do it.
Hey, what's going on?
You sleeping on the legend now.
No, I'm not.
Coach McQuarrie is a legend.
That's what I'm pointing out.
He gonna jump that thing off for Dutchtown. They better be ready now.
Dutchtown gonna be tough to beat.
But they better be ready.
The
for
thing about
everything. He gonna throw the kitchen sink at
I
them.
am saying
The thing about Dutchtown, they gotta slow the game down in the fourth quarter when they win it.
I'm saying
Go
they gotta
home.
put some respect on that man's name.
Okay, so you saying that?
Columbia's
And so
here,
I
Lithonia is
yeah,
here,
I-
Southwest DeKalb is here.
I
Like,
agree.
we gotta put some respect on DeKalb County.
So I agree with that.
That's a good
But
point.
everybody loves Scooter Henderson. But y'all gonna have to put some respect on Eddie Martin. Y'all think that man gonna let that man come in his gym and score 50?
He might not score 50. He might score
If
30.
he does, then
He might not score 50.
I'm put it like this. I don't see Eddie Martin allowing Scooter Henderson himself
Hey,
to
Scoop.
make them not win the game.
I want to point
tough.
something out, though. Right? I do want to point something out. That everybody thinks that it's easy when you have a great player.
It's not.
It's not easy. And we got to put some respect on Jermaine Seller's name, too.
Always.
That-
Shout out to you, Coach.
That he has let that kid play and allowed him to make some mistakes throughout the like everybody thinks when you have a great player that is a great scorer that it's always easy to go roll the ball
Yeah.
out and just let
Let him do
score.
it. Nah.
Scooter has not always played great.
Right. Yeah.
Jermaine's like there's been some give and take. There's
been some development.
The kid
There's some
and the coach,
coaching.
There's been some development. I feel like they're together. They're figuring it out.
Does Buford have anybody that can guard him though?
No,
I don't know, but I just know Eddie Martin
no.
is a doggone.
Can't play.
I
you can't play zone against
I
him.
think
Like,
we're watching the development of the next Georgia superstar.
superstar, yeah. The way that he attacks the basket in transition and or in half court to me, it's like
Well,
it's special. I mean, he's special kid.
Well, this is what I think.
Can't sleep on Southwest DeKalb though.
I think you can't sleep on Clark Central, but I'm just going to leave it there.
Southwest the Cab. Who's Southwest the Cab have?
Eugene Brown.
Eugene Brown?
Eugene Brown.
All right. But I will say this. What you're going to find out is has that evolution when it's hyperdrive and they take Buford out, or does Eddie Martin still have another trick in his trade to keep him stabilized? So we're going to find that out.
That is not a coach. I would never.
I won't want the match. I don't want to have to deal with it.
Hey, look, we talked about our way back when.
Yeah.
We also talked about our Mount Rushmore of coaches, and Eddie Martin was always on it.
Yeah.
Coach Martin, I would love
Can
to
we-
sit down and interview you, sir.
We,
I would
can
love
we
to
do
just
can
sit
we do
down
that?
and talk to you,
We
sir.
needed to bring that. We need to bring some of those high school coaches on the show.
They keep telling me
Rushmore.
that Coach Martin will never do an interview. And Coach,
We'll see.
I don't
we
blame
just
him.
respect you and we want to show you love, man. I would love to do that interview, sir. Love to have you on.
It's a lot
6A?
of really good coaches.
Are we picking? We know Locke is going Dutchtown.
Yeah.
I said Dutchtown a long time ago too.
Man, Lithonia rolling. Lithonia rolling.
I'm sticking with my Cedar Shoals.
Dutchtown's gonna be tough to beat. You got Cam, and then you got the other big boy too, who's going to Gardner
Main
Webb.
man.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And you got the Hobbs kid who can shoot it.
That's a lot to deal with. Them dudes are big.
I don't know how I picked in this region, but Lithonia.
All right.
All right.
6A. You got a rematch of the state championship. You got Roy Welch going against Lanier.
South Cobb. Mo,
I know, we know what you're picking, but I'm just trying to get matchups right now.
Mo, if you don't get it done, it's on
Hey,
you,
the
dog.
highest scoring game gonna be Sequoia versus Chattahoochee. That might be 90-something to 90.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
I'm missing a page.
Mo, if you don't get it done, it's on you, big dog.
Up on the back. This is on the back.
You gotta get it done.
Back of your 7A.
Oh yeah, let me just see yours.
You gotta get it done, Mochi. You've never had a better opportunity than right now. You gotta get it done, Mochi.
I like Lanier to win that game.
Oh, that game, okay.
I like South Cobb to win that one. Sequoia, I'm gonna go with AJ White. That's tough. I'm gonna go with Chattahoochee. Then I'm gonna go with Tucker.
I think Tucker wins.
Yeah.
I think Tucker wins, man.
Overall,
They beat
I'm still gonna
Tri-City.
stick with South Cobb though.
I'm rolling
All right.
with South Cobb. Mochi, you gotta get it done, man.
But
gotta
you
get it
already
done.
know what I done said, so we
You
ain't
gotta
worry
get it done,
about it.
Mochi. You gotta find
then
a
you
way.
get
gotta
to-
get it done.
The highest classification.
I have something to say here.
There are two teams in this classification that are rolling.
Yes.
Berkmar and North Gwinnett are rolling. They're on a roll.
Yes. And remember my comment that when you have the point guard and that point guard ends up being the best player on the floor, sometimes even a game that you're supposed to win, he can take from you. I'm wondering if Sharif can do that for McEachern in this game.
I think McEachern will still win.
I really love North Gwinnett. They are
I think McEachern gonna
really,
win.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
And they are really big. And they are
big.
really tough. And they shoot the ball really well.
It's at North Gwinnett.
And
Sometimes, that just like when I said Roman Sun, when you got the best point guard, sometimes you win games that you're not necessarily supposed to win.
I think they're supposed to win that game,
though.
though.
Supporting cast of Sharif Cooper, like we've been able to believe in that supporting cast in past years, but Sharif,
I got them
I'm
winning.
waiting for Sharif to have a Sharif game.
What about Berkmar and
against
Wheeler?
Kentucky.
I'm going with
I've been
I'm
riding
going
Wheeler
with my boy Larry Thompson.
I'm going Wheeler.
What I will say, when that big boy came back, he's changed the dynamic of their team.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah,
Newton
that's
County
gonna be a
in
good
that
one.
Ooh, why?
Oh nah, Milton.
Hey, listen.
No sir.
I feel like that Newton County, that guys are sleeping on that 1-2 punch.
Caleb
With
Bird.
Caleb Bird and the Smith kid. And I think they're going to take it personal when they're playing against Bruce and Kanan Carlisle.
Who, by the way,
Is a absolute monster.
The other kid on Milton is good too. The other guard, Evan, forgot his last name. He's
Hey,
yeah,
Bruce,
he's good.
Looking across and seeing Bruce and Kanan is terrifying.
I'm going with Milton.
Grayson's going to win the whole thing. I don't know why we're talking.
I do like Grayson.
Clean it up.
Yeah, Grayson.
I do
Clean it
like,
up.
I do like
It's gonna be tough to beat Grayson.
It's over with.
Yeah.
That's your bracket, Coach.
Things I learned. As
Man, you got
as
2
end
minutes,
up,
man.
As we end up the show. Number one, scheduling matters. We talked about that. I think
Yes,
if
it
you
does.
looked at these Elite Eight teams, they have challenged themselves. Every Elite Eight team that's playing has challenged themselves, whether it was tournaments, outside scheduling. So I think scheduling matters.
Should matter more next year because we should do power rankings and reseed after we get into
I agree. Number two, traveling to, unfortunately, Locke, who's not here, traveling to South Georgia, Middle Georgia, didn't matter as much this year. Case in point, Kennesaw Mountain won at Colquitt, Stevenson won at Glidden Academy, Langston Hughes won at Valdosta, Heritage won at Lee County, Sequoia won at Richmond Hill, Lithonia won at Veterans, Columbia won at Bainbridge, Kell won at Warner Robins, Monroe area at Westside Macon. So I don't know if that still has the same stigma as it did.
Hey, Coach, we all play AAU. We travel.
It's funny, every defending state champion in the boys except in 4A and 3A, and every defending state champion in the girls except for 6A and single A public remain. So that made me think it's hard to be the champion.
Yes, it is.
I've got to try to do that.
Fingers crossed.
I think this sets up for a wild Final Four here in Atlanta. College basketball is wide open. 3 top 5 teams went down yesterday.
Yes.
San Diego State, Baylor,
Yep.
and Gonzaga.
Yep. And Maryland
And-
lost today, unfortunately,
Yeah.
to Ohio State.
And then, lastly, I think we got to start giving these players a little bit more time when they get to the NBA before we write them off. We all wrote off Cam Reddish.
Now we all.
No, we didn't.
I didn't.
We didn't.
But you wrote off Trae Young last year.
I still
Yeah,
am not
you did.
certain
Bruh,
that
stop,
Trae-
bruh. Stop.
Trae Young
Ah,
is-
come on,
Trae
man.
Young is cold, bro.
Come on, man.
Y'all keep saying that I'm saying that he's not good. I'm saying that we're putting him on a level
Of
he
what?
hasn't shown me that he is yet. Win in the playoffs. Take your team to the playoffs and go win.
Okay.
And then I'll give it to you.
All right.
Because that's when we used to give it to guys.
All right.
When you go win in the playoffs.
All right. I'll give you that.
Um,
Oh, and that last thing. I'll give you stats, but come to the Big South tournament. We got people who win in the state tournament who play in our event.
Last announcement as we close. There will be a HBCU All-Star Game. Final Four weekend will be held at Morehouse.
Oh, we in there.
SWAC, NEAC,
Follow
SIAC.
me on Twitter for
CIAA.
all the deets. And it's free. AAU coaches, do your thing, man. Bring your kids. Show up. It's a free event.
Friday night, I think April the 3rd.
Correct. Also, Division II, Division III championships will also
Happening
be
in
here
Atlanta
that
that
weekend.
Sunday.
That Sunday. They will also be free. AAU coaches, do your job. Get your kids in the building.
Take them.
Take them. Take them to that event. Be free. Come hang out with me. I'll be there. Man Up will be there.
Man, we need to see if
Come holler
HBCU
at us.
want us to do the
You know what I'm saying?
Travis Williams. Hit us up.
Hit us up. Hey, be sure to go like, subscribe, follow Love of the Game podcast on all of your social media outlets. Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, IG. We are everywhere. Go follow us. Also, follow SUVtv, the SUVtv. Like, subscribe on the SUVtv YouTube channel. Download the SUVtv app on Apple, Roku, and all of your other streaming devices. And go listen to our podcast on SoundCloud. Shout out to the Philippines. Shout out to Nigeria, Switzerland, and all of our listeners overseas. I love you guys. I'm going to give you more shout outs every week. It's the Love of the Game podcast.